Picture this, it's the year 2000. I'm a struggling actor and theater director here in New York City, living out of a Manhattan mini storage because I couldn't afford an apartment myself, and now I'm here. How did I do it? Today on Randy's Real Estate Questions. I moved to New York City in 1996 after getting my Master's of Fine Arts degree in acting from a program through Carnegie Mellon University and the Moscow Art Theater School. We were living in Russia for 6 months and then came to New York to do a big showcase. I got an agent who I don't even remember from that showcase, but I hated going on auditions and started directing plays. In 2000, I was working at the Manhattan Theater Club and I won a big directing award from the Drama League. And my bosses at that time were very encouraging of me to leave being an administrative assistant to someone else's creativity and strike out on my own and be a theater director here in New York. So I got my real estate license as a day job because it afforded me a lot of flexibility in terms of my schedule, and it was a lot of fun roaming the streets of New York City. So I would direct plays in the day, show real estate in the afternoon, and show a lot of apartments during my off time when I wasn't directing or teaching. At some point in around 2003, my girlfriend at the time actually was really worried about our financial future together and broke up with me, and I had nowhere to live. I was couch surfing and living out of a Manhattan mini storage for about 4 months. I was living in Hoboken on a couch, and I would take the shuttle, or I don't even remember how I got into the city, early in the morning at around 7 a.m. I'd pick up about 20 dogs from different apartments in Chelsea, and I'd go dog walking at the Chelsea Dog Run. Then I'd drop all the dogs off. I'd go to the Manhattan mini storage, I'd change my clothes for my teaching attire. Then I went into the public schools and I would teach a program called Creating Original Opera, where we created a theater company out of young elementary school kids. After school ended around 2:30, I'd go back to the Manhattan mini storage, change my clothes again into a little bit nicer attire, and cruise all over the city renting apartments. I did that for about 4 months until I saved enough money to get my own apartment on 153rd Street in St. Nicholas, but I could not afford a bed or any furniture, and I slept on a sleeping bag until I was able to save enough money to buy a bed. The next thing, a buddy of mine, he gave me his couch. So that was my one couch that I had for many, many years. Eventually, I got so good at renting apartments, I started renting about 120 apartments a year. And my income was growing, and I started to do much better, and I was able to save more and more. After a time, I made my first sale, and I really loved it. I really enjoyed the process of helping someone buy a home. So eventually I realized that working in real estate and helping people buy, sell, rent, invest in New York City has really been my calling, and it has allowed me to raise a family and build a life here in New York City, and I love helping others do the same thing. I think the biggest change over the years since I started in rentals till now has been prices. When I was first renting apartments in New York City, I was renting studios for $800 a month, one bedrooms for $1,000 a month, an amazing one bedroom right in the heart of East Village for $1,500 a month. Pricing has really, really changed. That same one bedroom that I rented for $1,500 might be $5,000 a month today. It is insane, but you know, New York keeps growing and it always stays incredibly exciting. Another huge change is how we market properties. Way back when, we'd either put it up on our listing service or put it up on Craigslist. Now there's social media. That's probably been the biggest change since I started working in real estate. Now you're not just a real estate agent, you're a brand, you're a social media presence. And so you really have to be adept at wearing many, many different hats and dive all into video and marketing. The biggest challenge of getting into real estate is finding clients. If you're working in rentals, finding landlords that will give you the listing on their rental listings, finding buyers who will trust you to help them with their real estate purchase, finding sales clients who will entrust you the sale of their largest asset. So that's always been, I think a challenge to new people coming into the business, which is one of the reasons why I recommend, if you're new to the business or you're thinking of getting into the business, to find a great mentor or find a wonderful team who will instruct you and give you the tools that you need to become successful and really build a business that you can be proud of and that can be sustainable over a long period of time. If you have any questions about how to get into the market, please shoot me an email, shoot me a DM. I love talking to new agents and people who are interested. This is something I'm passionate about, and I love sharing it with people. Looking back at my time in New York, I wouldn't really change much. But if I'm looking back at my career in real estate, I feel that I had it really good in rentals. It was very easy for me, and I was doing a crazy number of rentals every year. I think I played it a little bit safe. I did the rental thing a little bit too long. If there's one thing I could change, it would have been dabbling in sales sooner. That said, I think all the experiences that I've had in New York and in my life have led to where I am sitting right now. And so it's hard to say that I would change anything. What do I love more, acting or real estate? I can't say what I love more. I love both of them. I love the business and the career of real estate, and I love the creativity of acting, which is why I like to put all of my creativity and all of my crazy fun ideas into my business, because I think creatively speaking, my team is very much set apart from many, many other teams, because we're able to use that creativity to market properties and to think of solutions in a way that many other people are not. What parts of acting help me today in real estate? I think the number one thing is communication, being a great listener. Every great actor is a great listener and a great reactor. And so using these communication skills, listening to people, understanding where they're coming from, and putting myself in their shoes has been an incredible gift that I bring with me to all of my transactions and to all of my clients. Being empathetic and understanding of someone else's situation is something that I trained very hard in to learn as a young actor and an acting student, and something I bring to business as well. What's the most rewarding part of what I do? Easy. It's helping people achieve their goals, helping people achieve success, whether they're looking to buy, whether they're looking to find a great rental, or whether they're looking to sell their home and move up the housing ladder into something bigger, or sell that home and drop down into something a little smaller. We're working with people at important moments of their life, and it is incredibly fulfilling. So that's my story, how I got into real estate. If you're thinking of a career in real estate, please don't be a stranger. Reach out, leave me a question in the comments below. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe. You can always DM me, you can call me, you can email me. I'm here for you. Please reach out. Thank you.